Hello everyone, welcome to Growtree Online Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about FTIR. FTIR stands for Fourier Transform Infrared Spectroscopy. So, the principle and instrumentation of FTIR is quite different from dispersive IR, and in most of the laboratories, FTIR is used. The principle on which it is based is interferometry, and the instrument is known as interferometer. Before moving to further details, let's have a look on the instrument. So first of all, here we have an IR source. The IR source remains same as in the case of dispersive IR. Here we have Nernst Glover and Glober. Opposite to the IR source, we have a fixed mirror, or we can say a stationary mirror. On the other side, we have a moving mirror. On the opposite of the moving mirror, we have a sample holder. And in between we have the most important part of FTIR, that is the beam splitter. As the name suggests, the beam splitter splits the beam which comes from the IR source. The beam splitter is placed at an angle of 45 degree. So the light coming from the IR source hits the beam splitter, and the beam splitter splits that light into two parts. One part of the beam goes to the fixed mirror, and the other part of the beam goes to the moving mirror. As we know that the mirror reflects light, so the same light will be reflected back to the beam splitter like this. The reflected light will combine all together on the beam splitter, and that light will be passed to the sample holder. The sample will absorb limited amount of light, and the rest of the light will go to the detector. The detector will detect the signal and send it to the computer. In the computer, we will get results in time domain. That means the spectra will be between intensity versus time. This time domain spectra is not readable by the human, so that's why a Fourier transform mathematical equation is applied, which converts the time domain spectra to the frequency domain spectra. That means the spectra will be between intensity versus frequency, and this spectra is easily readable by human beings. So Fourier transform is nothing but a mathematical equation which is used to convert time domain to frequency domain. In FTIR, we have two cases, and we are going to discuss them one by one. So case 1 is when the distance between the fixed mirror and beam splitter is same as moving mirror and beam splitter. That means the distance from here, let's say the distance between beam splitter to moving mirror is x, and the distance between beam splitter to fixed mirror is also x. So in this case, zero path difference is followed. In short, we call it ZPD. And in this case, there is occurrence of constructive interference. So let's understand this case with an illustration. So as we know that light travels in the form of waves, let's say this A wave is for fixed mirror and this B wave is for stationary mirror. So as we can see that the nature of these two waves is same, so they both will get combined at the beam splitter and they will be in phase. As you can see in the diagram, both of these waves will get overlapped with each other, and as a result we will get a high amplitude wave which is known as constructive interference. Due to constructive interference, high intensity light is produced. So as a result of case 1, we got high intensity light. Let's look at the case 2. So case 2 is when the distance between the stationary mirror to beam splitter is not as same as moving mirror to beam splitter. So in this case, optical path difference is followed, which is known as OPD, and this leads to destructive interference. Let's understand this with an illustration. So here we have ion source, fixed mirror, moving mirror and sample holder. In between we have the beam splitter. Let's say we have moved the moving mirror by a distance of lambda by 4. Lambda, as we know, is the wavelength of the light. So light will travel an extra distance of lambda by 4 plus lambda by 4. The another lambda by 4 is for the reflected light. So lambda by 4 plus lambda by 4 will be lambda by 2. So the extra distance which the light has to travel in the case of moving mirror is lambda by 2. So looking at the waves which are formed due to the moving mirror and the fixed mirror. So first we have for fixed mirror, or we can say stationary mirror, and the second wave is for moving mirror. As you can see, this extra distance is lambda by 2. So when these two waves will combine, they will form a wave like this, which will be out phase. So both of these waves will be opposite to each other, and that's why they will cancel each other. So as a result, a graph like this will be formed in which both of these waves will cancel each other's effect, and this is known as destructive interference. And due to destructive interference, a light of low intensity is produced. So as we saw in case 1, light of high intensity was produced due to constructive interference, and in case 2, light of low intensity is produced due to destructive interference. So in FTIR, the constructive and destructive interferences occurs in continuation in a very short period of time. So as a result, we get light of multiple intensities, and this light is passed through the sample. So the resultant graph, we can say that it will be something like this. On the top we have the constructive interference, light of high intensity, and on the bottom we have light of destructive interference, which is the light of low intensity. So in the entire range we have light of different intensities, and this light will be passed to the sample. So the sample is going to absorb a limited amount of light, and the remaining light will reach to detector. A signal will be produced in the form of interferogram. That means it will be between intensity versus time, or we can say time domain. So this interferogram, which is in time domain, will get converted into intensity versus frequency, or we can say frequency domain, by a Fourier transform mathematical equation. Interferogram is not readable by human, but yes, intensity versus frequency, that is frequency domain graph, will be readable by the human. And that is the significance of Fourier transform mathematical equation, and that's why it is called Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. The main advantages of FTIR is that it is rapid, it is accurate, and it can take multiple scans in a very short period of time.